One thing I get often asked about this degree is what sort of employment it's good for. So I'd like to spend a couple of minutes talking about that. Perhaps the most surprising place to start is with a statistic from the Confederation of British Industry, which is the main lobbying organisation for business in this country, in the UK. And they say that somewhere between 70 and 80% of all graduate jobs do not require any particular subject expertise. In other words, you do not have to be a historian, say, or an English scholar, or a biochemist, or a computer scientist, any particular thing whatsoever to join the organisation at graduate level. And so the question then arises, what should you study at university if you're focused on the graduate job market? And we think that in arts and sciences, interdisciplinarity is something very worthwhile in having at higher education to equip you with the sorts of skills, the sorts of attributes, indeed the sorts of knowledge that you will need to contribute best to the graduate job market of the future. In other words, we're not narrowly focusing on one particular area, but we're allowing you to focus largely on one area, but combining it with another area and underpinning all that, all sorts of broad skills, for example, in quantitative methods, in a foreign language, and so on, which help you connect these things together and offer something which is far more attractive for a graduate employer. Now, how are we doing this in our degree? Well, we work very closely with a group of employers on a committee of 6 people with representatives from professional services, pharmaceuticals, entrepreneurs, a volunteer organisation, and so on. And we also have informal links through our colleagues, and we talk to employers about what they are looking for in the employees of tomorrow. And I also suggest you look at our website, where we have quotes from many leaders of industry and indeed educationalists who talk to such leaders about what skills and what knowledge they think the graduates of tomorrow need. I think it's worth adding finally a sort of addendum to this, which is quite exciting but also a little bit unsettling, and that is, it simply seems to be the case that the type of job for a graduate is now changing at an ever-increasing rate, such that for you, if you're entering our program in 2012, the sorts of jobs that will be available in 2015 are not even known now, not even really understood. And I think this can be quite hard for people of my generation, perhaps the parents of students who may be applying to this program, for them to really understand, because it's historically new. We've never had an evolution at such a fast rate in history, which is requiring us to think of change at this rate. But there is a growing body of research that the sorts of jobs that graduates are doing now are completely different to the sorts of jobs they might have been doing 8 years ago. I mean, 8 years ago you didn't really have social networking on the map, and now almost every part of the business industrial world has some relation to the social networks with respect to marketing or how their employees work and so on. And we just don't know what's happening next in that area. So at universities we have this terrific challenge to think about what high-end white-collar graduates should be doing, what sort of education they should be getting, what sort of knowledge they should be getting, so that they can meet those employment requirements of the future. And what's really exciting for me is that I think we are seriously thinking about that on this program. We have some really exciting core modules, which I'll tell you about in another video. But because we're fresh, and because we've got the terrific resources of the sorts of teachers and academics at UCL to do that, we can provide the sorts of modules that I think are best equipped to address that particular interesting question. Thank you very much.